Holy cow, we're live. All right. So, got no viewers, so I can't ask the no viewers what we're going to talk about today. But today is a very exciting day for Alex, who is currently at the hospital getting very ready to welcome it his new family member. How exciting is that? And I'm just sitting here waiting to hear from him. So, on pins and needles. What's up, T Town? Good to have you. Alex is out there helping his wife have babies. Yep. And me, I'm sitting here like waiting for word. He texted me just about an hour and 45 minutes ago and said it's time. So just waiting. No, they're inducing her. They had to be at the hospital at 11 o'clock last night to get the ball rolling. And he said earlier today that this has been a whole process. They're starting with whatever drugs makes her start dilating, and then when she gets to a certain point they're going to break her water, and then things should just do their thing. So it's for them. I'm sure it's been a long night. I'm not sure how much sleep they've gotten, but they are doing it. So super proud of them for that. I wasn't even sure I was going to do tool talk. I'm not sure, what to talk about. It seems like the thing to do now is poke fun at your competition. Although, live from labor and delivery room on Tool Talk Tuesday. Yeah, he mentioned that he might pop in, and I was like, yeah, I'm thinking that your wife probably wouldn't appreciate that. So why don't you just do your thing and give us updates as you have them? So that's what we're hoping for. But you've had children, so you know how that goes when the baby comes, like the rest of the world doesn't matter for a little while. There's a whole thing going on. So I'm not even 100% sure we'll get an update this hour, but I gotta believe we'll get an update at some point. And I'm sure Alex will make a poist. Yeah. So yeah, lots of good stuff happening. Um, we got Alpha in stock and got 5, 20, 35, and 50%. And because I understand that it's an expensive proposition to try to get into, but as more and more shops start carrying a 96 or 98% IR rejection film, uh, it's kind of hard to not have it as an offering. And I figure what I could do, because if I was in that position, what I would need somebody to do. In fact, just getting the line in here was kind of a position for me because it's a lot of money to bring in a whole line of film. And so to help things out, I thought I would offer it at 25-foot starting rolls. Like, so if you want to get started for like $182, you can get a 40-inch by 25 feet, which will give you enough to do a couple of completes in a set of doors or whatever. But you honestly should be getting 700 or $800, even more depending on the market you're in, for a complete with that. And that should get you enough to start building your inventory and actually be able to offer it and compete. The hardest thing about a film line like that is getting started. And unfortunately, our progress on the website has come to a halt. I really thought we'd have it ready to rock, but we've got big things happening, and it's just taking a little longer than we thought. And Alex asked if he could have the entirety of this week off for the welcoming of the new baby, and I didn't see a problem with that. So he'll be back next week, and I'm gonna try to figure. It seems like we're so close. I'm gonna try to figure some things out, but it might have to wait until he gets back. So we'll see. Oh shoot, I had to tin a car at 6 a.m. when my daughter was going to have hers, but I tinted that thing in 15 minutes and didn't miss anything. Sweet. Yeah, I don't know. Back in my day, 30 something years ago when my kids were born, the world didn't believe in the man taking time off um unless the woman was in labor and gonna give birth. So, yep, 15 minutes, 26 minutes. But yeah, so I got to be there for my children being born, but it was a lot like what you just described, having work to do and having to get it all wrapped up and getting there in time. But that was for your daughter. For me, it was for my daughter and my son. So that was its own thing. Actually, my daughter came along in the middle of the night. Well, it was morning, but it started off in the middle of the night. So I didn't have to be at work and find out. But my son, that was a different story. But yeah, so what about these backpack wars? What's going on with that? It makes me want to throw my hat in the ring and just make a backpack just to do it. See if anybody tries to pick on me. Nobody's ever picked on me about the tint keg. Oh yeah, that's because I was the first one to brand a keg. I was the first one to name it tint keg. I was the first one to offer a lifetime warranty on the keg, and hands down, nobody can touch my customer service. So there's that. To give you an idea of the customer service you get from me, we had every now and again, I mean, I hope you guys can understand with like 1,300 SKUs, sometimes you're going to have some things showing that is available on the website that actually is out of stock. And that happens sometimes. So that happened with ATR um, quartz. We sold a quart, and actually it was accurate on the website, but the person we had a customer, a local guy here picking up some stuff, and at the same time somebody placed an online order. And so after checking out the customer who grabbed the last quart of ATR, we printed the order for the next one, and wouldn't you know it, but that person bought the last quart of ATR. So needless to say, there was no way to get him a quart. We tried calling him, couldn't get an answer. And I'm a firm believer that if I have a problem, I shouldn't make that your problem. And after making a couple of phone calls and realizing I couldn't get him a quart of ATR drop shipped, I elected to send him a gallon of ATR because, like I said, my problem shouldn't be your problem. So that's customer service. I know a lot of people um, will mention that their supplier has the best customer service, and I'm not going to argue that it's the best customer service that you may have. Um, I'm not going to argue that it's the best customer service that you've experienced. But if you never experienced having a hiccup through Sun Distributing, then you haven't had a chance to see what's really possible. Because I really make your problems pretty seamless. So yeah, that's the kind of things we do. We don't have a lot of issues pop up. So I mean, it's not like I list off tons of things. I usually fix it and forget it kind of thing. But that just happened today, so it's fresh in my mind. By tomorrow I won't remember. But if you've ever done business with us, you probably know that if something goes wrong, like I go above and beyond, but that's just a thing. Trying to think of something good to talk about, and I just don't know. Just don't know. UPS is here, so if you're trying to get an order in, it's too late. Courier says Ayana's handling the orders right now, and she has got all the orders absolutely handled. So that's exciting. It's a lot exciting. I like it when everything's handled and good. Oh, yeah, that's another one that went a little awry. So I had a customer, um, oh, what was it? Friday, I guess it was. Ordered a 72 by 25 foot of some flat glass film, and unfortunately, it got missed when UPS showed up. It didn't go out. So I had them call the customer to find out, because they're 2 day shipping from me anyways. So I had the customer called to find out if it was kind of a big deal, and the customer's like, oh man, it is kind of a big deal. I know it was kind of late Friday when I got the order in and everything, but I really needed it by Tuesday, and I knew you guys were 2 day shipping, so I'd have it Tuesday, and the job scheduled for Wednesday. And oh, by the way, give yourself a little bit of wiggle room for things if you could, because since this was a big deal for the customer, um I don't know, it was like $120 roll of film. I paid $90 to have it next day to him so he could still have it Tuesday. And I do that because, again, my problem shouldn't be your problem. And we missed it. I looked at the time of the order, and I tell everybody, if you order by 4 p.m., it ships the same day. And that way it gives us enough time to make sure that all the orders get done. And this was before 4 p.m. UPS might have came a little early that day, but no excuses, no excuses. So we took care of that. But that's the kind of things that we just do. And I don't know. We don't pick on other companies that do similar things that we do. In fact, we work in tandem with other companies. So, and honestly, um, I was going to have the customer with the ATR, he bought a few more things, and one of the things he bought was some Glassade door guards, and I was going to have the whole order shipped. And the reason that I opted to send him a gallon instead of the quart is because I could have had the quart drop shipped by itself, but then I would have still had to ship my part, and I would have had to pay shipping at both ends. The customer paid his own shipping from me, so that part's covered. But the drop ship, I would have had to cover shipping, which would have cost, because it has to go UPS. So that costs as much as, actually probably costed more than the difference between the quart and the gallon. And I thought that it would be better to send him the gallon, and that way he benefits. I don't lose any more or any less either way. So, thinking of the customer first. That's how that's supposed to work. But yeah, so it's raining here. If anybody's Oh, Tim, you're going to get you some weather tonight, it looks like. We might. I Looking at the radar, it looks like it might miss us a little bit, but are you under a tornado watch? Cuz we're under a tornado watch. I just don't really see it coming to fruition here. Um Right now we're in a clearing. The rain's done. Looks like your rain's done too. Ooh. And actually, the storms have moved a little further north, so by the time they get to us tonight, maybe they'll miss you and they won't miss me. Ah, yeah, so anyway, we can let this thing do its thing, but in case nobody's actually looked, this is what we're about to be up against. And we're right here where the little blue dot is. See right here. All this stuff right here. It was starting to look like this was going to track this way a little bit and maybe a little north, but it's gotten a lot further north. Chicago's getting their asses handed to them right now, so that's always exciting. And yeah, you are under a tornado watch. So we'll see how that goes. But so far for the moment, it's kind of hard to judge with this front coming up like this. It looks like it almost yeah, it looks like we're going to get some storms tonight. Looks like you may or may not get storms tonight. I guess we'll just have to keep an eye on it, huh? Because I don't know. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I don't know. Wish Alex would give an update, but like I said, he's busy. All righty. Let's see what else. What else? What's going on in the world? You're just over there making hats like galore, right? That's kind of how that's working. What's anybody else doing? Is anybody else doing anything? Sometimes we know, sometimes we don't know. Right now, I don't know, you know? But definitely been quite the interesting last couple of weeks. Nice. I gotta take a look through my stuff. I know a few weeks ago, I told you I was gonna have some stuff for you to do in a couple of weeks, and I put that on the back burner because you had all the WFR stuff going on, and so now I'm gonna need to revisit what it was I was thinking about doing. I actually didn't know what I was gonna do, but I knew that I was wanting to do something, so I gotta revisit that. I've made a couple of big moves here recently, so that's left the budget a little low, but there should always be room for prizes, right? People like free stuff. They like swag. Um, yep. So that's a thing. Um, dang, I wished I had a topic. We're only 20 minutes into this and I've got nothing to talk about. I need a topic. I mean, we could talk about the reunion. Um, the reunion is coming quick and it looks like it's going to be, well, I already knew that it was going to be something special this year because, you know, the venue that they picked and everything, it's going to be pretty well, like 30,000 square feet. Um, $25,000 first prize. The first 10 um that place are going to get cash prizes. It's crazy. 20 teams competing. I mean, there's going to be a lot going on. There's flat out a lot going on. They're going to have what do you call those rooms where people teach you stuff? uh, can't think of the word, but yeah, they're going to have a lot of different vendors doing showcases in different rooms. There's going to be a lot of vendors too. And I thought about going, and I may still, if my money gets right by time seminars. That's it, seminars. Thank you. If my money gets right before the booths sell out, you might find me on the roster, but timing is everything. And well, I've told people enough that, I had a tough winter. And this time of the year is just playing catch up. So we're doing a lot of that. I don't have money set aside for um budgeting, and with this kicking off so early, it's just caught me in a bad spot. So when I get caught back up, like I said, if there's room, you might see me there. And there might be room. Like I said, they got 30,000 square feet. So I mean, we're talking WFCT kind of big. And to be honest with you, WFCT, not a bad event to go to, but I went to it several years in a row. And one thing that I realized is you see the same corporate people there every year. And you don't really see a lot of the new and up and comers. And WFR caters a little more to the new and up and comers. There's going to be a lot of the corporate sponsors there. Um, like the big names like Expel and I don't know who. Honestly, there's a bunch of them, but you're going to see people like Tint Busters and Tinners for a Cause and the the more up and comers that just quite don't fit into, WFCT is a very expensive event to participate in. And um, Window Film Revolution is still up and coming and growing. So they're starting with a more budget-minded, budget-friendly entry. And so that's why I was thinking that maybe I would be a part of that this year, but with it kicking off right now and I'm nowhere near ready to make that kind of a financial commitment, we will have to wait and see. But maybe I pass this year and I just prepare myself for next year, because if things are going to kick off and you got to sign up early for next year, then maybe that's the route. I don't know. We'll see. Stay tuned. Right now, like, all my focus is on getting this thing going with the Helios website. I mean, the Helios website's there, it's functioning. We get phone calls, people, asking. One of the things that we're integrating into this is we're gonna when somebody's purchasing Helios from us, they're automatically gonna get registered as a dealer on the Helios site, and you'll have a dealer only section which will give you access to online digital warranty forms, which is nice because your customers do like warranties. And unfortunately, everyone's old school with that. Even us, we have, and I don't have one laying here. Well, I mean, I got one filled out right here that um, it's basically a warranty, and they mail it in and we register it and put them in a database so they have a nationwide warranty. That way, if they move out of state or whatever, the company that they had do it goes out of business or whatever, if they should happen to have a failure down the road or just need to find a place to do it, we can help them with that. Well, that's nice because this will encourage more dealers to actually fill out warranty cards. Because, I mean, be honest, how many of you guys actually fill out warranty cards for your customers? It's an absolute pain in the ass. Our tint shop does. I have a few customers that do, and we get 10,000 warranty cards printed at a time. So that's an expense right there. It's a pain in the ass for you to have to stop what you're doing to fill it out and put roll numbers and everything on there, explain how everything works to the customer. So what we did is we streamlined it and we integrated an online form that's dealer access only. You can punch in the warranty information for the customer, the line of film that they got, and last six of their VIN and the pertinent information. And you click submit, you'll get a copy of their registration. They'll get a copy of their registration, all emailed to them. And then we'll get a copy of their registration emailed to our warranty email so that it logs them into our database and everybody is good. And it's quick and easy. The site will automatically fill out your dealer information. And all you got to do is punch in your customer's information and what film you used and what part of the car you tinted and that little bit of information down at the bottom with their email, and everybody gets their stuff. Also, what's that's going to do is it's going to monitor usage. So if you're an avid Helios user, you're going to be added to the dealer locator. And what we're integrating into the dealer locator is which lines you use. So if you only use Orbit, then you're going to be listed under Orbit. And so that way, if somebody is looking for Supernova, they're not going to find you. Or, if somebody's looking for flat glass and you don't buy flat glass film, they're not going to find you. We had a customer call today and like, I'm in the Chicago area. Do you have any customers or do you have any tint shops that you can recommend that have your film? And I'm like, oh, I don't have that up and running yet, but God, how nice would that be? They found our website. They liked whatever it was that they read on the website. They gave us a call and we couldn't give them a dealer because we're not done with the setup yet. But as soon as that's up and rolling, you'll be in that database. You'll be searchable, not just from us, but the customer will be able to search. The dealer locator is already there, but it's 100% manual. We have to go through invoices and look for who's using it. We also have to check with you because some people are mobile only, so they're not going to want to have their home address if they're not inviting people to their home. Or like Tim, I'm not sure what you do as far as you tend out of your garage. So do you advertise your home address? And if so, then we'd put it in there. If not, then we would put, if you're in Toledo, we'd put Toledo, Ohio. And that way when somebody searches, basically the search will come up, in that general vicinity, and your information that you make available will come up. So is shipping 2 boxes cheaper than shipping 1 big box UPS? So UPS, and I forget what the total linear inches is, but I do know that if the box is more than 50 pounds, it's a lot more expensive to ship 1 than 2. And if the box is longer than 48 inches, it's more expensive to ship 1 than 2. So typically, if you can keep it under that, you're good. Now, if you're 36 by 36 by 36, that's probably going to be an overcharge too. But usually shipping 1 is cheaper than 2 because the second one is never less than $10 and usually doubling up a box. And that's why when you order film, if you order 3 rolls or 2 rolls, you'll get them bundled together rather than 2 separate boxes sent to you because it's substantially cheaper. It'll only go up by a couple of dollars when you bundle them together, where if you don't bundle them together, and especially if you're shipping hats, I'm guessing hats aren't super expensive or super heavy. So you can get a lot, and you can get a pretty good size box too before you go oversize. But I don't have the breakdown in front of me as to what the total inches can be. I just know that there's a number there, but we don't have anything that'll go over that it would be way too heavy with anything that we sell, because we sell small things that if added into large boxes tend to weigh a lot, except for film. And film, when you get a 48-inch or larger roll of film, it costs us extra anyways. I have 225-ish hats to ship. Um, if it's under 50 pounds, because I know those all kind of stack together, so they won't take up a ton of space. So if it's under 50 pounds in the box, in the container, it's going to be cheaper to ship all together. But you also got to keep in mind handling, because if it's awkward for you to handle, it's awkward for the UPS drivers and the warehouse people to handle too. And an awkward box tends to get damaged. So keep that in mind, even if it's, and make sure you insure it, because that's a lot of hats, that's a lot of money. And UPS will insure up to $100 for no extra charge, but you're talking more than $100 worth of hats, and insure them for retail value, because if they do fuck them up, the hell you're going to have to go through to get your claim pushed through. You want that extra money. So don't don't retail them for what they cost you. Retail them for what they cost. Or I mean, not retail, but insure them for what they cost, not what they cost you. And those are my pieces of information on that. And Alex still not messaging me. God. Darn it, why are you making some good points? Maybe because I've been through it a lot. But if you do it right, like I just had a $1,800 claim paid to where was it? The Netherlands, I think. And yeah, so that was a whole thing. UPS decided they wanted to lose my package. And that was the first time I actually had to jump through hoops to get a claim paid. And in the end, all I had to do was show them that I refunded the customer, and then they paid me. And so there was that. But that one took me about a month to get paid. We have UPS Capital, which, if I make a claim today, usually the money's in my bank tomorrow. But that was the first time I had ever had a claim of that size. Usually, a claim comes because they busted a gallon of ATR or Fusion All Type or something. And when that happens, it's bad, because they just throw my box away. But I don't ship liquids overseas because they will for sure break it. Plus, I'm pretty sure I can't ship ATR on an airplane. I won't ship ATR next day air, because I'm pretty sure whatever's in it is not something that should fly. Hey, somebody with some ATR, you should try to light it and see if it's flammable, because I'm curious. That's some aggressive stuff. But yeah, so there's that. The good news is it's not raining. I'm happy about that. Looks like I got a few hours before rain. So right about bedtime, we're gonna probably see the shit hit the fan. Who knows? Maybe it'll be cooling it down enough that they'll dissipate and disappear. That'd be good. Yeah, that would be good. Oh yeah. So what else? I need more topics, because I got people watching that are probably wondering, what is this guy babbling about? and they're all staying silent in the background. Oh, yeah, and I had a customer from well, actually not even a customer, a guy from Hawaii called yesterday, and he's not a tenor, but he happens to catch the occasional tool talk and saw us talking about Squeaky Monkey, and he was a smoker, and now he's not a smoker, but he was having trouble getting the slimy residue off of his windshield and interior windows from smoking, and he wanted to buy some Squeaky Monkey, but we only ship UPS, and for Hawaii, we ship second day air, and it's really expensive for a small bottle of Squeaky Monkey. It's just kind of not cost effective. So he was asking if we'd ship it USPS to save him some money on that. And I saved him even more money because I don't know that Squeaky Monkey would or wouldn't work for what he's describing. But I think the problem that he was having was um, not cleaning well. Because one thing that I've learned about glass is if it isn't a hardened coating, you can clean it off relatively easy. And so I just told him, I said, before you go doing all that and we jump through all these hoops to get you something that may or may not work, let me tell you something that will work. And I told him to get some regular straight, like 70% isopropyl alcohol, and spray it on the window and wipe it down real good. And then spray it again and wipe it down. And as you're wiping it down, follow behind with a dry towel and make sure that these towels are just go buy yourself a couple a small pack of brand new microfiber towels. Don't wash them, don't anything, just take them out of the package and use them. Because I don't know about you guys, but I found that a microfiber fresh out of the package works better than it'll ever work again in its life. And maybe I just don't know how to take care of them, but I know they work super good fresh out of the package. And I told them if that doesn't give you the desired results, if you got some car wax your windows. And I know if he ever gets his windows tinted, you guys will hate me for that, but whatever. Um, because when you wax your windows, you wipe it off after it hazes and you get a beautiful finish and your windows don't get dirty. They're easier to clean. So much good about that. So that was what I did for him. I'm not a very good salesperson because, what I did was I just costed myself a sale, but I probably made a customer happy. Tell me, that's customer service. What's up, Jamal? Bleach wash towels. Ew, ash in hot water, then extra low dry. They stay decent. Okay. I was just bought new towels when they weren't decent, but I don't do my own laundry either. So, and one thing I know better than is to, then wash in hot water. But I'm not gonna tell my woman how to do the laundry because no, I'm not stupid. She will do them the way that she wants to, and when I feel like they're not working as well anymore, I will buy new ones. But we go through a lot of towels at the tint shop, and we'll buy, like, 200 at a time, and they last as long as they do, and about every 6 months, we buy new towels. So, yeah. She does. In fact, when our old washer and dryer um, went out, we bought her a new washer and dryer, and it's fancy, and she doesn't even let me use the washer and dryer now. It's got it's got Wi-Fi, and it's smart, and she's got an app on her phone, so sometimes she'll tell me to take this load out of the washer and put it in the dryer, and then put the stuff in the basket in the washer, but she doesn't let me push the buttons. And it's fancy, so it's got the fabric softener thing, and it's got the wash thing, and she just tells it that it's ready to go on her phone, and her phone alerts her when it's done. And the dryer talks to the washer, so whatever you tell the washer you're washing, the dryer knows that that's what's up next. It's I don't know. Sounds fancy, but I've never used it. I don't know how. She won't let me touch it. Nope. Nope. That's hers, and she likes it. So, whatever. Me personally, I'm scared to death of it because it was really, really expensive, and my thought is, the washer and dryer we got rid of was probably 20, 30 years old. And I really don't think these newfangled things are going to last that long, but we can only hope, right? If you say that to her, she was like, "Well, guess you got to do them." Yeah, that's true. But one thing that I learned about Mary is we don't tell Mary how to do something differently. If she's doing it the way she's doing it, it's because that's the way she wants to do it. And most things, if you try to tell her to do it a different way, she'll just put it down and walk away and be like, "Okay, do it. If that's how you want it done, you do it." Mm, yeah. I learned to just be grateful that she's doing it, and if it's not how I would like it, then I ask myself if I really wanna do it. 32 pounds, you're good. How big is it? Just so everybody is aware, if you're wondering how much 225-ish hats weigh, it's about 32 pounds. When you put it like that, it's not that heavy. There's that. My parking lot's drying again. That's exciting. Feel like shit's gonna get a mess. I pulled my generator out this last weekend to check and make sure it still starts because it's gas generator, and I don't have a lot of luck. I'll buy a new generator and it'll work fantastic. Next time I go to use it, it don't because I always forget to put stable in it. 24, 22, 17. You're golden. You're golden, Tim. So I pulled the generator out and it's got electric start on it. And I was just going to check and see if it still run okay. And I did put stable in it this time. And because last time I didn't. And after about a year of forgetting to start it every month, um, it wouldn't start when I remembered to pull it out to start it. And I tried to clean the carburetor. And yeah, those little tiny carburetors are not really meant to take apart and rebuild. And I just couldn't get it to start, and I called them up, and just so you know, Generac is an awesome company to do business with because they just apologized for my inconvenience and sent me a brand new carburetor. No charge, just and I wasn't under warranty anymore, so it's not like, they needed to. They just did, and that's why I do customer service the way I do, because I do business with a lot of companies. Some companies will tell you, "Oh, I'm sorry, your warranty ended 2 days ago. That's gonna cost you this much." And other companies are like, "Oh, just give me your address. I'll send you a new one right out." And I like those companies. So that's why I do customer service that way rather than trying to take the burden off of me and put it onto my customer because it sucks being the customer when they do that. But anyway, so this time I pulled it out and I pushed that start button and it goes click, 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 click. And it comes with a little charger. And that's the other thing. You got to keep these little damn batteries charged. And apparently they'll go dead all by themselves. So there it was dead. And I plugged it into the outlet and I'm like waiting for it to charge. And, 15 minutes later, I go back and push the button, click, 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 because I'm impatient. And I thought to myself, well, how hard can it be to pull start it? And I'm like, I don't know. As I turned it on, choke on, and I just pulled slightly and that fucker fired right up. I'm like, really? So that's my endorsement to stable. I've had a lot of people tell me, "Oh, that stuff doesn't work, blah blah blah." And it was the end of last summer when no wait, I started it once since the end of last summer. I started it on a warm day during the winter, and I started it with the electric start, and if I remember right, I had to charge it then too. So, but I hear you're supposed to take those batteries out and take them and store them inside during the winter. My generator lives in my shed where it gets cold in the winter, so maybe that's the problem. I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, Generac, if you're going to buy a generator, I know they're not cheap. And honestly, I wasn't going to buy that one when I went to Home Depot, but it was one of those situations. Power had been out for a little while, and we had a lot of power outages because we had some storms come through. And I'm like, well, shit, gotta go buy a generator. And that was the only thing that they had big enough to run what I need because I got a switch box for a portable generator with a plug. So I had to get a generator big enough that it had that plug in a 50 amp plug, but also that would carry the load of whatever I left on because, I like to run everything that I can. I'm not just trying to run my refrigerator. I'm trying to have lights and TV and whatever else I want to have. And so of the size that I needed, it's a 7,500 watt, and Generac was the only one they had. The cheap off brands they didn't have, and I can't afford a Honda, so I can't tell you about what their customer service would be like when I screw up and let the gas come up in the carburetor. But Generac worth the extra money off the cheap Chinese whatever. And it's got a nice Briggs and Stratton motor and $66 to ship with insurance on the box. Tell you what, Tim, um, go to shipstation.com and sign up for a free account and then use their UPS service. And I bet you that price cuts by a third. I bet it doesn't cost more than $25. But see, you can go to this website, click on try it free, and put in your required information, get started. You'll get 30 days free and see if it's something you want to try. Oh, by the way, if I'm supposed to be able to get a free month if you sign up, but I don't know how that works. So whatever. I don't need a free month. But yeah, give that a shot, and if it works out for you, it's something to think about. I think they have, let's see, they got pricing plans. Oh, yeah, check this out. 25 shipments a month. If you don't ship more than 25 packages a month, it's free. Unfortunately, we do about 100 a week. So mine is, I got to look at mine because I'm like at this tier. Huh. Why am I paying for so much? Anyway, yeah. So do that. You'll find that your rates will get discounted immensely, and they give you a USPS and a UPS account that you can use. It's their account, and since they do a lot of business, insurance was $33. Oh, yeah, how much was the package worth? I didn't even think about that. That's a very expensive package. But if you're confident in the packaging and everything, UPS doesn't lose stuff too much. I mean, don't get me wrong, when you send it to a different country overseas, um, things change a little bit, but does whale tail work well for deep back windows? Um, are you talking about the tail fin? I would say not as much. Let me switch gears here for a minute and see if we can go. Yeah, this guy right here, it's not terrible, but it's awkward because there's no handle. So what I actually like is the Titan for deep back windows. Either the Titan for 18.99 or damn it, the Titan was convenient because it popped right up. But let's do whoops. There it is. For 24.99 you got the Reach. Now the Reach is a little bit different in the sense of it's got a blade, but it's kind of angled. Oh, it's okay. This is a tool talk, so we're really supposed to be talking. Um, we're really supposed to be talking about tools, but we didn't have any tools in mind that we was going to talk about. But this is well, I can grab one real quick. Hang tight. I'll grab one. All right, check this out. So these are the three that we just discussed. Let me make this a little bit smaller, make me a little bit bigger. So this is the tail fin, and it's got a nice curve like that. My green screen doesn't enjoy the yellow so much. I didn't grab the green one because it would just be invisible. But so this, you put your finger in here, so it's got that much reach to get down in there, but it's a little awkward to pull. I like them, and I like the green one. The yellow one's a little stiff for me. But these, as you can see, are much longer. This guy right here reaches right up in there, and you place it just like this on the glass and you slide it like that. So you got two wiping edges to go down there. It does a real good job. This same concept, you reach down there and you just push it through. So this is like 18 and change. This is like 22 and change. And then the tail fin, I don't remember, but I'm going to find out real quick. Oh, I can just go to Reach Tools. That's exciting. And the tail fin is 1809. So you got two for 18, one for 1809, one for 1899, and then the Reach is 24.99. The Reach is a little more versatile though, because for those windows that like the front quarter windows that you can't get your hand in there real good and you need a small squeegee, there's a lot of different options. But if you like a universal type tool, the Reach has a squeegee on the tip of it. So that's a tiny little squeegee that'll reach into those real tight, hard to get bigger squeegees into spaces. So it makes it really flexible, but they're three great options. They're good. So there's that. I appreciate you coming in and asking about a tool. I got all these tools and I never can think of Oh my god, I'm out of scrubbers? Rude. Swear to God, I just bought a box of them. You guys are fantastic. You buy all the tools. I love it. I love it and hate it at the same time. It's just so much to keep up with. Can't believe I'm out of those. I swear to God, I just bought a buttload of them. Well, have to buy more. That's how that works. But anyways, yeah. So that is that, and that was that. And now it is about that time. Let me, before I check out, let me message Alex and see if you guys can't be the first to know. Although I haven't looked at Facebook to see if he had made a post because, it's entirely possible that he would make a post and not tell me directly because, he's got stuffs going on. I don't see anything on Facebook just yet. It says delivered. Yeah, don't see anything so far. Nope, we just might have to wait. Why would it not give me UPS only showing USPS? Select USPS should also show UPS. Oh, he says, "Yep, she was born at 3:34." Oh my god. I told you once they have the baby, he's typing more things. So Alex had his new family member, 6 pounds, 6 ounces, 18 inches long. He's typing again. Um, okay, let me see. Super healthy black hair, brown eyes. Nice. All right, so it'll not give me UPS only showing USPS. Okay, so do this. I'm going to go ahead and show you this. So this is your screen that you should see over here. You'll want to click on that. Actually, you know what? Let me turn this off. Let me share again window because then you can see my mouse. There we go. Okay, now you can see my mouse. So you'll click on this over here and then come over here to shipping and carriers. And these are the ship station carriers. So chances are you only have USPS selected. UPS should be down here. You should be able to select that. So give that a shot. See if that changes anything for you. Because USPS sucks. We don't want to use that. Although I have it selected as an option because sometimes we will want to do that. And then you notice all this, you can do inventory management integration. So it integrates with our website. Printing, you can set up a label printer. Where do you make an order? So if you go back to orders, up here at the top, you can click new order. and then you can just fill out all this stuff, and then down here you can add items, and add as you add items, they'll add into your inventory, I think. I don't know. I don't make orders on here because we get orders. Yeah, I know. I don't want to save that. We get orders directly through um we get orders directly through our website, so then this will pop up. And then I don't have to fill anything out unless I'm shipping overseas, and then I got to do the custom stuff over here that's not here because this ain't going overseas. This is actually not a shipping order. This is something that we're ordering in here and he's picking up. But just to give you the idea, because we've got our website here. This is our um so this was an order. What was this? This is no items in this shipment. What is this? Oh, she was probably just checking shipping cost. Oh no, this was the Hawaii one I was telling you about from yesterday. Alex did that. Alex doesn't tend to Alex doesn't tend to delete his old stuff. So there's that. Did you find the UPS part? Taking me over budget time. Yep. Still trying to use this, not the Stamus stamps. No, it takes a little bit of getting used to. Once you get it figured out though, it's far superior. You can do all your carriers from one place. If you did start shipping more, you would get your own account. Like we use our own UPS account. So like when we're doing a shipment, we'll use this one again. Over here, we can select the service. So we've got UPS by ShipStation, then we've got UPS by Sun Distributing. So if we ship on one of these, it's on our account. If we ship with one of these, it's on ShipStation's account. Because in most cases, I get better rates than ShipStation, but some things like next day air or second day, I get better rates through them. On regular ground, I get, and then we have USPS because every now and again people insist that they don't want to use UPS, and so we leave that open. Or if somebody has an issue with something and we just need to send them something real quick, or because USPS is a lot cheaper, but I don't use USPS when it matters. FedEx, we don't ship FedEx, but we do use FedEx Freight for kegs going to 44 Tools. And then this Global Post stuff, I don't know. It's new. They just added it. We've never tried it. So, but yeah, since you're not shipping it tonight, you got until tomorrow to play with it a little bit and see if you can't figure it out. Does look like that same things I would save $2. Hey, $2 is $2, but damn. It's the it's the insurance. Insurance is insurance, that goes through a kind of a it's not a third party because it is UPS, but it's its own thing, and it's insurance costs pennies per dollar, basically. So 64 with ShipStation, and you were at 66 with. So yeah, there's that. That's intriguing. That is super intriguing. This one, I pay $19.99 a month to have stamps. Might have to switch. Yeah, ShipStation. You'll find that's nice because you can bounce back and forth between UPS and um well, UPS and what else was I looking at? I was also looking at okay, they don't have the FedEx. So yeah, you'd just bounce basically back and forth between UPS and USPS. I mean, they have DHL Express, but they're pretty much, international. I don't know what the Seco LTL is, but LTL is less than a truckload, so that's freight and Global Post to 220 countries at affordable rates, vast network of last mile carriers. I don't know what that is either, but hey, whatever. Um, Parcel guard, I don't know. But yeah, you kind of pay as you go, and if you're not shipping a ton of stuff, it's way not a big deal because you can you can just use it as you go, and it's free. So that's a big fat plus. But anyway, if you have any more questions about it or struggle with anything, you can shoot me a message. But honestly, um, anything you can't figure out tonight, just get with me first thing in the morning. We're here at 8 in the morning, so if shoot me a message in the morning and I can walk you through any struggles that you might be having. If that's what you want to start using, it'd be a great time to start getting familiar with it a little bit. And um, I don't know how to. Alex and Ayana know how to set up, like if you want to have somebody ship something to you. I don't know how they do that. I go to ups.com and just log in and create a shipment that way because I'm old school. Thanks. Just used the rest of my money on stamps, so shipped with them. Going to switch those. Sweet. Yeah, like I said though, if you have any questions, It looks like you qualify for a free account, so that'll save you $20 a month all by itself. And then if you grow, by time you grow, you'll start enjoying that. There's also there's other shipping like Shippo, and I don't know, there's other ones. This is the one that we started with, and they've never upset us. They had an outage for about a half a day once, but we've been using them for I think about 4 years now, maybe a little longer. And we've had one outage, so we're pretty happy with them. So yeah. Anyhow, it is that time. Actually, it's 13 minutes after that time, so we're gonna go ahead and get on out of here. Oh my God, there's a baby picture. So anybody who's interested, there's Alex's new baby. Big yawn. Woo. Let me straighten that out a little bit. But yeah. So now he's got two baby girls. So obviously he's going to be a daddy to be reckoned with somewhere down the road when he has two teenage daughters. Ugh, good times. But all right, until next week, and I'm sure he'll have a bunch more pictures next week when he comes. But until then, I'll catch you.